Yeah. Well, he just makes this interesting association. He talks about the dense light or a negative light could be an innocent term for the light that's absorbed by black holes. Yep. Imagine how dense that light is getting, and it's not reflecting, so it becomes dark. It's not emitting anything, so it's except a shadow. It's dark, dense light.
So there's definitely words here that can reflect where science went, and he may, in the later recordings, is any of this physics talk from the later recordings, or is it all in 67?
Well, what I noticed so far is all from 67. In the later recordings, they're mostly dealing with everyone being stuck, all the different nationalities stuck inside the piano fighting for space. Not so much the science. And on the second side, when they're talking about all the different problems they're having getting along, there's also some stuff woven in from Grumpy Gravy that talks about boxes and lights and all that. But it's not the new bunch of people. It's still the old material brought into the new project.
Right. So I found the part in the Bob Marshall interview. Now this is the intelligent readers of the interview really are stunned by this. Bob Marshall says, where I get the idea from, there may be a little bit before that, but I think Bob Marshall asked him, how much is the idea? And he was quoting Miles' interview in August 69 of Zappa, where he wanted to know how much the idea that he had to capitalize plays a role in Zappa's work. It's almost like, what's the big framework? Idea. So anyway, Zappa mentioned Pauline Oliveri's work with sound, above the audible and below. So he first talked about this in 1969, creating a mass. And you like that idea. So Zappa says, not that it created a mass, it created something audible. It produces some indifferent tones, which happen to be located within the audible frequency range. By combining something so high, many octaves above, I guess, you couldn't hear it. And something so low, you couldn't hear it. You put these two inaudibles together, it yields something in the middle, and this could be the smoke, that you could hear. Whether or not you like what you hear in the middle is another question. And then he says her concept is brilliant. And then Bob Marshall says, yeah, because it showed you how physical reality is, or the way it is, right? And Zappa says, it's one aspect of it. Bob Marshall, are there other aspects you could talk about? Zappa says, you buy the idea that the vibrational rates translate into matter. And then if you understand the concept of vibrational rates above perception and below perception combining to create a reality, that opens up the door to some pretty science fiction matter possibilities. If you create an audible reality by a sine wave above the range of what your ear can hear, and another one from below, and you put them together, and suddenly it creates something that your ear can detect, it's not possible that solid matter of an unknown origin could manifest periodically because of frequencies of some unknown nature above and below, which for short durations manifest solid objects. It could explain a lot of strange things that people see. Bob Marshall, UFOs come to mind immediately. Zappa says, yeah. Then Bob Marshall, there's much in the theosophical literature and the mystical literature and the media mystic literature that says that's the way reality is. And they hook that up as an explanation. But science traditionally doesn't buy that. Zappa says, I don't approach any of this stuff from a mystical standpoint. I'm not a mumbo-jumbo guy. I think that there are physical realities and most of them are not understood. Part of the reason why science moves so slow is because many people who do science and who receive grants have to be conservative, and quote, conservative individuals in order to receive the money to do the research. And people can convince a foundation or a funding source that they are conservative enough not to squander the money are not really the best guys or gals who do science. Give me some Teslas. Bring out some Teslas here. Give me some maniacs. Let's just try it and see what happens. That's the way you're going to get stuff to happen. The other criteria by which people are funded is whether or not the end result of the research will yield something that explodes or kills. If you can convince a funding organization that you have a new way to kill, and you are conservative and won't squander the money, you can be in the science business. So that's pretty good section.
Yeah, the part that starts out with the question, are there other aspects you can talk about? He talks about the possibility of manifesting occasionally these random bits of matter that come through and are like unexplainable. And you said UFOs come to mind, but what came to mind for me is an anomaly, like in terms of what Ion discusses. Anomaly.
That's a UFOs are an anomaly, ghosts, everything. All the anomalies are. It's exactly how Ion describes it. That you, in our big now that we live in, you collide, you bump into other frequencies and have these anomalies.
That's an interesting thought, that those manifestations are interference patterns of extremely low vibration intersecting extremely high vibration and creating an interference pattern.
And it's easy to take that and say it's parallel worlds, interpenetrating, and you slip into one and another. He's rigidifying it into above and below, but it's an approximation of more goes into the smoke in the middle zone than people can see. And then in case
it could also be looked at in terms of vibrating strings that are...
That's string theory.
The Tibet Book of the Dead was making its way into our culture in the 1970s. And the essence of that, the clear light of the void, really, if you break it down, you have the clear light, the very highest vibration, almost an infinite vibration, the void being the extreme opposite, a vibration so slow it's almost completely still.
Okay, Zappa was, the Tibet Book of the Dead came in the late 60s for baby boomers, and Zappa was aware of this, and that's why he has the phrase on Freakout, I think it is, the clear white light of stupidity.
Well, yeah, because what happens in the intersection of the light and the void create interference patterns, which create all kinds of hallucinations, and then you get lost in the hallucinations. And that becomes stupid.
That's not what I meant, but I don't want to get into that. Scott, we did 100 hours on that. The white, see, you always bring in the clear white light of stupidity.
Well,
it's your foundational element.
Yeah, well, okay.
The clear white light is the middle zone. It's what you see.
I didn't call it the clear white light.
No, I know. But you're talking about the light. What were you saying?
It's the light and the void.
Yeah, I'm saying that's the middle. I'm saying that's the middle zone.
Yeah, I'm saying the interplay between those two creates the hallucination of the world.
Yeah, good enough. Not enough, but good enough for now.